Our second wine is from the Upper Galilee region of Israel. It's the producer is Galil Mountain. I actually spoke to the producer of this wine when I was looking for something. It was recommended. It's one of their higher level wines, both from a standpoint of quality, aging, varietals, type of grapes used. This is a 2011, they call it the Yiron. It's a mixture of Cabernet, about half Cabernet Sauvignon. The rest is Merlot, Syrah, Cab Franc, and Petit Verdot. What those two smaller varietals will do is we hope it'll add some flavor. We hope it'll add some smell, some nose, and give it a little bit of structure. This wine is like the other ones, have been open for about an hour. In Israel, it's interesting. It's a new world region of the world as far as the wine world. However, they are attempting to produce wines in a more old world style, which means hopefully not as much sweetness and not as much oak, but we'll see. The producer says we should be looking for wild cherry, wild berry. It's been in French oak for 16 months, so that's a long time. And we expect to see some wood.
Yeah.
I think.
I think right away you can smell that there's a lot of new oak in here. On the nose, it's not too overpowering. A lot of new French oak. So I don't know. Usually a winery will use a mixture of old oak barrels and new oak barrels and mix them together to get a nice balance of flavor. There's quite a bit of oak in here.
You actually feel like you're walking through your local lumber yard a little bit.
A little bit.
You get that nose to it.
So I have to tell you, I have a very specific idea in my mind when I smell this wine. The nose of this wine to me is, you ready for this? Is a chocolate-covered cherry ginger snap cookie.
I'd love to disagree with you because of how random that is, but I got the chocolate and I got the cherry, so I have to agree.
Look for
we
some
don't
ginger
always
snap.
agree, but on that one, well done. Let's try it and see if the nose comes through on the palate.
Okay.
Definitely ginger. Definitely some greenery. The bell pepper is coming through. Heavy tannin on the back.
Heavy tannin.
Definitely on your drier side. The nose has a lot more chocolate than the palate does, I find.
Mm-hmm.
But it is balanced throughout. We get front palate, we get mid palate, which to me is the emphasis on whether a wine has been the vintner has structured the wine properly. The mid palate's kind of the hardest point to find.
Yeah.
Definitely still with me. Fruit friendly, but be prepared to have a big steak. Definitely red meat wine.
Right. So this compared to the French wine that we tried before this, the color is darker, a lot darker. It's still got a lot of dark red, whereas the previous wine was a lot more faded. And the cab in this wine comes out much stronger, the Cabernet Sauvignon. The nose is big. It's a very big wine on the nose and on the palate. A lot spicier, a lot more in your face.
However, not over extracted.
No.
Not too California cab bold. You're still getting some fruit. You're still getting some forest fruits, which is nice. It's definitely big. It's definitely in your face. It's definitely a palate puncher, but it's not what I would consider to be over extracted California cab. Yes, I'm picking on California a lot. You may see this throughout our series.
I love a good California cab, but
and that's where we disagree.
Yeah, that's going to be.
We have a producer in mind. I think that maybe we'll try and you'll see if you can change me.
For sure. Okay, so my final comments on this wine are going to be that I actually much prefer it to the previous wine. It's a stronger, bigger, rounder, more complex wine. Very in your face. It needs to be paired with a like Toby's saying, a big steak, something a very meaty, heavy meal would go well with this wine. And it would be easy for someone who's not a experienced wine drinker or someone who doesn't appreciate the really powerful tastes to be a little bit set aback by this wine.
Yes.
I think. But I love it.
Although I have to say that my wife, who's not a very big wine drinker and is very sensitive, actually enjoyed this, but I think that was the chocolate coming through.
Yeah. Okay.
Women and their chocolate.
Let's move on.